everyone, it's Gina from OrchidandOpal.com, and I'm back today with a new tutorial for the Starlight bracelet, which incorporates either GemDuos or DiamonDuos. This is a new design that I shared in the latest Gina's Picks video for August that I did in collaboration with Eureka Crystal Beads. I'll try to link that in the corner if you haven't taken a look at that yet. And of course, I will link everything you need to make this bracelet right down below the video, including a coupon code if I have one available. You can find everything you need at Eureka Crystal Beads, plus much more. So today I'll be using a slightly different colorway than the beads that I shared in the Gina's Picks video. So if you pick those out, yours will look like the silver and blue bracelet. At the bottom, I ran out of the silver tone GemDuo, so I'm going to be using some navy blue ones today, in addition to the nickel colored Demi rounds in the size 8.0, some 15.0 seed beads, some 3x2mm crystals, a 2-loop bar clasp, approximately 7 feet of beading thread. I'll be using the 6-pound FireLine, and a beading needle. You can use between a size 10 to 12. And if you don't have 3x2mm Rondelle beads, you should also be able to substitute size 8.0 seed beads for those, just to let you know. So the full materials list is down below, including the quantities that you'll need, but you can go ahead and thread your beading needle with about 7 feet of beading thread, and then we will jump into this tutorial. So we're going to make about a 7-inch bracelet today, and to do that you're going to need about 7 feet of beading thread. Now it's up to you if you want to use all 7 feet at once or if you'd rather use a smaller amount and then add more thread on. But if you do start with 7 feet like I am today, I'll be leaving about a 12-inch tail thread. So really we'll just be working with more like 6 feet. That 1 foot that we're going to leave is going to be used to weave the other side of the clasp in at the end of the beadwork. So first what we want to do is we want to string on a GemDuo, and if you look at this 2-hole bead, you have a hole on the left and a hole on the right. We're going through the hole on the right. That's if you are looking at it from the top down. The bottom of the bead is completely flat. The top has that little ridge. And the same goes if you're using DiamonDuos. Both of those beads will work for this bracelet. So go through the right-hand hole of a GemDuo, then pick up a crystal, pick up another GemDuo through the same hole, crystal, GemDuo, crystal, GemDuo, and pick up another crystal. So you end up with this sequence of beads on your needle, and you can pull those down and leave yourself about a 12-inch tail. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take your needle and you're going to go through all those beads again, go through the same holes of the GemDuos, through the crystals, and come out of that final crystal and pull this down. You're going to start to form this into a loop. My thread is coming out of this crystal right here. That was the last one. And I'm going to make a 1/2 hitch knot right in between that crystal and the next GemDuo. Just like that. And then I'm going to go up the crystal and up the same hole of the GemDuo right there above that. This is my working thread coming out of the left-hand side of what is now the left-hand side of this GemDuo. This right here is the tail thread. So let's focus on this area up here. And now we want to wrap some beads around this GemDuo. We're going to pick up 1 15.0 and 3 demis, followed by 1 more 15.0. So once you have those on your needle, you're then going to go down the open hole of the GemDuo that you're currently working with. Coming down out of this GemDuo, the outermost hole, and from there we're going to pick up another crystal, and then this time we're going to pick up another GemDuo, but we're going to go up through the left-hand hole. When you pull this down, you can see that this next GemDuo is going to be positioned like this. We're going to add the sequence of beads to go around this GemDuo just like we did here. So we're going to pick up another 15-0, 3 demis, and one more 15-0. Just like we did before, we're going to go down through the next hole, that open hole of the GemDuo. And pull that nice and tight, and you should have something like this. At this point, we're going to add another round of crystals and GemDuos. And after exiting out of the bottom of this outermost hole of the GemDuo, you can pick up a crystal, go up through the left-hand side of a GemDuo, pick up another crystal, up through the left-hand side of another GemDuo, crystal, another GemDuo, and finally another crystal. So once you have those on your needle, you can go ahead and pull that down, and you're going to return through the same hole of the same GemDuo that you're currently exiting. So I'm just going to hold this with my thumb and my forefinger to keep that nice and tight as I pull this thread. And I'm going to pull those beads up to this nice and close. And this is what you have so far coming out of the bottom of this GemDuo. And we're going to proceed through the next crystal and then the next GemDuo. So let's head down through those 2 beads and pull our thread, and make sure you pull this nice and tight. And now we want to surround this GemDuo at the bottom with that same sequence of beads, starting with our 15-0, then our 3 demis, and another 15-0. This time we're going to go up through the open hole of the GemDuo at the bottom. And now we want to add a crystal right in between these 2 beads to match that up. So let's pick up a crystal, and then we can go down through the outer hole that's open of this GemDuo on our other unit of 4. I'm going to hold this whole thing with my thumb and forefinger again and pull everything nice and tight before I move on. And we need to surround this GemDuo with our seed beads. So pick up your 15-0 and your 3 demis and another 15-0. And then you can head up through the next hole of the GemDuo. You can also head through the next crystal if you're able to get through both. Just like that, you can see how this is starting to come together. I'm currently coming out of this crystal right here, and at this point, it's a matter of following our thread path around until we get over to the left-hand hole of this GemDuo on the end. So let's just keep going through the beads. I'm going to go through the GemDuo. I'm also going to swing through the 15-0 and the demi rounds. Heading down there, and just go through a few beads at a time, following the same path that your thread has already gone through. Gonna go down through this GemDuo and swing around through there. over. And up through the crystal, and finally up out of the left-hand hole of that GemDuo. And now it's just a matter of repeating those same steps to keep adding on units. And to make about a 7-inch bracelet, you're going to have 10 of these units of 4. If you want a longer bracelet or shorter bracelet, you can adjust the number of units that you make accordingly. So let's do one more of these together. When you're coming out of the GemDuo right up there, we want to surround the top of that like we did before by picking up a 15-0 and our 3 demis and a 15-0. We're going to go down the open hole of the GemDuo. We're going to pick up a crystal and we're going to go up through the left-hand side of another GemDuo. We're going to surround the top of that. Go down through the open hole of that GemDuo. Pull this nice and tight as you go. This is what we have so far, and now we're going to pick up a crystal, a GemDuo, crystal, GemDuo, crystal, and our 3rd GemDuo and our 4th crystal. And we're going to return through that same hole of the GemDuo we were already exiting. Pull that together nice and tight. And head down through the crystal and through the right-hand side of that GemDuo. Pick up your 15-0, your 3 demis, and a 15-0. Head up through the left-hand side of that GemDuo. Pick up a crystal. Go down through the open hole of that next GemDuo on the previous unit. Again, pull nice and tight. And wrap your beads around the bottom of this GemDuo. Going up through the hole on the left and continuing through the next crystal. And continuing up through the next GemDuo and around the rest of this unit following the thread path and around the final unit coming out of the left-hand side of that top GemDuo. And this is what you should have so far, so just keep repeating those steps to get the amount of length that you like. I'll be stopping at 10 units, and if you need to, feel free to back up the video to refresh your memory on how to do that, and we'll meet back once I have a total of 10 units. And welcome back. Once you have 10 units or so, or your desired length, you should have something that looks like this. And we're coming out of the top of this GemDuo right here. So we're just going to complete our little beading around this GemDuo, and we will begin to add our clasp. So let's go ahead and pick up our 15-0, 3 demis, and a 15-0. And let's go down through the right-hand hole, the outermost hole of that GemDuo. And now let's pick up 3 of our crystals. And we're going to be attaching our clasp like this. Let's go up through one of the holes on our clasp, or loops rather. And we're going to loop 3 crystals on the other side of that. So pick up 3 more crystals and then go back through the GemDuo. Pull that nice and tight, and you'll go back and reinforce this again. But let's continue on through the 15-0 there at the top, the 3 demis, the next 15-0, down through the left-hand side of this GemDuo, through the crystal, and down through the next GemDuo so that we can add our last few beads around the bottom of that one and connect the bottom loop of our clasp. So once again, 15-0, our 3 demis, and a 15-0, and we're going to go up through the outer hole of the GemDuo, and now we can pick up 3 crystals. We'll go up through the bottom hole of the clasp, pull that together, pick up 3 more crystals, and now go back through the GemDuo and wrap back through this section again, weaving your way through the beads so that you reinforce this loop again at least one more time and this loop again one more time. And you can even go back through your piece if you find that you have some areas where it's a little bit looser and you want to tighten it up. Just use your remaining thread to weave back through the piece. Maybe make a few half-hitch knots along the way. That's going to tighten everything up a little bit more if you feel like you need to. That's totally optional. So once you've reinforced this end and woven and knotted your thread back in, then you're going to pop a needle on your tail thread and you'll attach the other side of the clasp to this side of the bracelet. All right, so one side of the clasp is securely on, and then I just popped a needle onto my tail thread. I'm coming out of this crystal right here. I'm just gonna proceed up through the GemDuo that's right above that. And then I'm gonna head over to the right through the crystal and down through the next GemDuo. Then down through the crystal and the left-hand side of that bottom GemDuo. And right down there is where we want to add our beads to wrap around that area. So we'll repeat that step. And then this is where you're going to do the exact same thing you did before, where you'll pick up 3 crystals. And then to figure out where you want to connect to on this clasp, I like to leave these slide clasps closed. That way I make sure that I have the right side where I want it. And I just kind of bring the bracelet together just like that. And I can see that I want to go through the bottom loop of the clasp there, pick up my other 3 crystals, return through the GemDuo, pulling this all together, going back through these seed beads to follow my thread path to get up to the top area. And finally coming out of that GemDuo so we can add our final beads around that bead and then attach the final loop of our clasp. And once you have done that, just like you did on the other side, you can weave in your remaining thread if you want to, and just go ahead and make several half-hitch knots to make sure that your thread is secure, and then you can trim off any excess. Also be sure to reinforce this clasp section. So go around those beads and crystals again at the 2 points where you've attached the clasp on the side, and that is all there is to it. And here is the finished bracelet, and you can see that you just easily slide that clasp together to close that up. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. I want to give you a huge thank you for being with me. And like I said, I will leave the full materials list right down below the video. You can find all these materials at Eureka Crystal Beads. in so many different colors. If you enjoyed this tutorial or plan to give this bracelet a try or have given it a try, feel free to leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. Also, be sure to hit that big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button while you're here because I'd love to have you back for future content. But that's all I have for now. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.